All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gal and pal, welcome back everybody on my channel. If you are new to it, my name is Fabio Mezzogori and today I'm gonna be sharing with you a step-by-step guide for beginner day trader. However, before moving forward, let me give you a couple of premises here because I don't absolutely want you to be disappointed by the end of this video. Here, I won't share with you any kind of strategy. There won't be any chart, any entry, any exit techniques or anything like that, all right? In this video, I'm going to reveal the reason why so many traders fail and how you can overcome, let's say, this phase where almost about 97 or 98% of the quote-unquote wannabe traders are stuck, all right? So if you are either completely new to trading or you are currently tiptoeing around it for quite some time and let's say your head is still spinning around looking for answers, then I highly suggest you to stay tuned until the very end of this video because this video alone is what could make or break your career as a financial trader. Just a quick reminder though before moving forward, guys, if you like what I'm about to share with you in this video, please smash that like button for me. You can always unlike it later if you want. And if you are new to the channel, or even if you are not new, but if you haven't done this already, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell as well. So I'll be able to give you a heads up as soon as a new video is going to be released. Now, with that being said, let me start to share with you the main reason, or actually the reason why I decided to share this video with you, to shoot this video with you. I found the other day, I can't give any credit to this picture because I just found it, there is no name or no nothing on it, so I just decided to share this video, this picture with you because it makes totally sense to me. Basically, I want to give you an idea, a reason why there are tons of traders, potential, let's say wannabe traders fails and the reason why. So basically, the main and absolute reason why many traders fail is actually at the very bottom of this pyramid, if you like, such as many of us, and myself included when I started about 10, 11 years ago, I had this dream here, which was to get rich quick, all right? By the time I, let's say, started to look for reason to how to get rich back in the days, trading was one of them, and the reason why I decided then eventually to go ahead with trading is because online you can find 9 out of 10 information that you can find online seems that trading is going to be quite an easy thing. Okay, they make this dream easy. You can get a Lambo in about 2 weeks. You can just buy and forget what you're doing, and tomorrow morning you wake up with $10,000 on your main or your bank account. However, and this is also a reason why many of wannabe traders fail, because eventually what happens is after they gather information, they start to, they open an account, and I mean, based on specific location, let's say, for example, I'm based in Europe, I'm based in London, you can find more information about or either FX or Forex, if you want to call it like that, or penny stock if you're based in the US. So either way, you can find a lot of information across several markets or asset classes, if you like, that can make you money trading the financial market. Now, with that being said, you need to know, let me delete all of this stuff right here. You need to know that there are 4 different stages of consciousness, if you like, in life. We start from the very bottom, which is known as unconscious incompetence. Okay, so you basically don't know what you don't know, aka you are an idiot. Basically, at this, let's say, prime stage here, you don't know what you don't know, so you don't know anything. And this is basically the bottom line right here. Many people approach trading with this kind of get rich quick scheme because this is what you can find online. It seems really easy, seems really straightforward, a process that can happen overnight. And many of us, myself included, I'm guilty of that myself when I started. This is the main reason why I approach trading. And I was completely unconscious incompetence, all right? And this is the reason why, if you take, for example, hundreds traders, 90% of them failed in this, within this pyramid, 97, 98% of them fails. And at this very bottom here, you can find that about 40% of this number quit trading in about 4 weeks or in about 1 month. And why is that? Because as soon as you start to approach the market, of course, you are completely unconscious, incompetent. So you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you can expect from it. So you start to, tiptoe yourself into the financial market. You start to buy different assets, or you start to trade with real money. Unfortunately, you start to understand that maybe trading is not what you are looking for, because there are many things involving trading that you didn't even know because you were completely unconscious, incompetent. So from the very first stage, you now start to move up to the new stage, which is considered to be the conscious incompetence. Okay, so basically you recognize that in trading or anything in life, if you like, any profession in life, there are lots of things that you don't know that you didn't know. So about 40% of this group of traders, if you like, of 100 traders, realized that, after 1 month, you still didn't realize, you still didn't make your first million, and probably you also, let's say, lose the money, if you want to really consider this fact as well. So people realize that maybe there are too many things involved in trading, and they're not willing and they're not keen to learn all of these kind of things, and they just quit. Okay, so they come back to stage 1 and they're looking for the new dream, to the new get rich quick scheme, maybe this time even faster because they already, wasted, if you like, 1 month of their life. Now, with that being said, at this stage 2 of pyramid, if you like, you might already have your account and you might already have started to trade with real money. You might probably already have taken some slap in the face, if you like. So you may or may not have lose money. However, you just realize that trading is not for everyone. However, there is still something that you like in trading. So even though it's not going to be a get rich quick scheme anymore, and you now are conscious of that, you are willing and you are keen to move even farther on the ladder, if you like, or on the pyramid. So at this point in time, you have realized that in trading there are more than what is, let's say, sold, if you like, on YouTube, online, or website, or forums, or whatever it might be. So you've got the stage 3, if you like, which is considered to be the conscious competence, or what I consider to be the almost conscious competence, because at this stage here, within the first 2 years of your career as a financial trader, you realize that there are lots of things to know, but by now you are keen to learn all of this stuff. So this is the, let's say, the phase where you put your head down and start to learn everything that can be learned in this stage, such as it could be technical analysis, fundamental analysis. You might be already part of some group of traders. You start to recognize the impostors, if you like, in the market. You start to spot who could be a good mentor or a bad mentor based upon your knowledge, and you might or might not be profitable. And generally speaking, about 80% of these quote-unquote wannabe traders are still nowhere near profitable at this stage, all right? However, they are now involved with the market. They love the market. They start to recognize patterns. They study it as much as they can because they think that the answer to become a consistently profitable financial trader is outside themselves. All right, so they keep thinking that if they are still not profitable about after 2 years, is because there is still something missing in their knowledge. So they keep studying even more. They try different trading platforms, different trading styles, if you like, different techniques, different mentors. They keep searching for the holy grail, if you like, if that makes sense to you. Uh, Basically, at this point in time, however, they start to be after about 2 years, of course. There is going to be start to, let's say, getting external factors, if you like, that they are getting in your way, because now you have, let's say, about 2 years of your life spent or wasted, if you like, learning about something that you don't even know if is going to be profitable for you. And not only your emotions are against yourself at this point in time, but also external factors like family, parents, your spouse, or whatever it might be. They keep telling you, come on, man, it's about 2 years time, you're not still making any money, why you're wasting your time? So if you add all of this information together, combined with each other, it makes even much more pressure on you, and 80% of the, let's say, the remaining part just cannot stand to this point here, and they just, quit and come back to stage one once again. And this time, you have to consider that you think of yourself that you already, let's say, lost or wasted, if you like, 2 years or about 2 years of your life, and now you start to look for a get rich quicker, if you like, scheme, because now you not only you lose money maybe doing courses, or you donated money in the market through stop losses or mistakes that you made, but you also lost 2 years, so you also have this kind of double or triple or even more pressure on your shoulders. So you are looking for the new dream to get rich even quicker than before. All right, so you start to look again for the new toy, okay, the new shiny object, if you like. However, you consider yourself that you are here at this stage here, and you say, I don't care about what other people thinks of me. I love trading. I really think or believe, okay, because you believe that you might be already around this area right here where you are not profitable, or you are making, or roughly, let's say, you are about break even, if you like, but you know people and you realize that this can be a really good profession for you. So it's something that you can really make money off of if you can find the answer to these kind of questions that you are looking for yourself. So you move yourself, one step forward, and you are now almost there. Okay, you are now almost there. So you, let's say, recognize that at this point in time, right here, almost at the top, if you like, you know everything, okay, about trading. You know technical analysis, you know entries, you know exit, you know different kind of orders, you know how to place your stop, you know everything, money management, fundamental analysis, you know everything, okay? But you still recognize that there is something that you're missing out. However, you see your mentor or your mentors, that are making much more money in much more, let's say, easily than yourself. So they are not struggling to make ends meet, if you like, at the end of the month. So you consciously know that, let's say, the way it is, you start to recognize that everything around trading makes sense to one side, but still doesn't make any sense to you, because you recognize that you know everything, but however, you're not still making money. All right, so now you are about 5 years into your career, and you are still about break even, if you like, if you're lucky, okay, if you're not losing money. However, about the remaining part of you just cannot stand it and quit. So after 5 years, they are even more angrier than these people right here. They are even, they say they look for an even faster get rich quick scheme, if that makes sense. However, I already discounted that you are already up to the letter, okay? Here, you are up in the ladder about to this stage here, and you are keen to find the key, the missing part that, let's say, will allow you to become completely free, completely financial independence, or let's say a professional financial trader, if you like. So moving on to the next phase, my question for you is, why so many traders fail? What's the difference that makes the difference? Okay, what's the difference between the quote-unquote wanna be a trader to the professional, consistently profitable financial trader. Now, I'm going to go ahead now with this video. However, I want you to pause it for a moment, for the time that you need, and I really want you to think of yourself, okay, by yourself, which is the difference, in your opinion, that makes the difference between the wannabe trader and the professional financial trader, the consistently profitable trader. And if you are even more keen, just let me know your answer in the comments below. And by this point in time, you should already know roughly the answer, okay? So now, moving forward, in my opinion, what's the difference that makes the difference in trading? Within these two words, such as hardware versus software, is contained the difference that makes the difference, if that makes sense. Basically, the wannabe trader, they only focus their attention on the hardware, okay? However, if you want to do this kind of step ahead and becoming professional trader, you need to know that you need to focus on the software and not the hardware. I mean, the professional traders, they know that hardware is important, don't get me wrong, but the main or the most important part of trading is the software. Let me give you an explanation now between hardware versus software, what I mean by hardware. Now, hardware, I consider hardware being everything that can be learned, if that makes sense. Basically, you have the pyramid, okay, of trading, if you want to call it like that, with the different stages, okay? And I want you to consider this to be an iceberg, okay? If this was about to be an iceberg, you know that this is the water, okay? You've got your water right here, and the upper part or the top of the iceberg is what I consider to be the hardware. So everything that can be learned, okay, from outside sources, okay, which is going to be, if you really consider this to be an iceberg, the top part of the iceberg, basically what you can see, if you like, is going to be about 20%, okay, or 15 or whatever it might be. So forgive me if the number are not right, but I mean, I want you to get I want to pass on to you the point. What you can see of the iceberg is only the smaller part, if you like, about 20 or 15% or something like that, which is a composite of all of these kind of stuff. So everything that can be learned from outside sources. Markets, such as different markets, you can trade future, forex, stocks, penny stocks, commodities, option, or whatever it might be. Different kind of brokers, different kind of indicators. It could be RSI, MACD, moving averages, or whatever it might be. All the technical analysis package, if you like, trading platform, fundamental analysis, different trading signals, or you're looking for the magic entry. You try different setups or different time frames because you're still thinking in your mind that the answer of becoming a profitable financial trader is outside yourself, all right? So you're still looking for the answer right here. So in everything that can be learned from outside, okay? However, if you are serious about trading and you are about in the final stage of it, if you like, you recognize that even though you already know all of this stuff right here, because you now already know all of this stuff verbatim, if you like, you might you're still looking for the answer because you still recognize that there is something missing. So what can you do? What's the difference between hardware and software? What's the software? What can you do for me with the software? So the software, what I consider to be a software, is basically our mindset. Just to give you an idea, a picture, because our mind, you need to know that it works in picture. So if you have, let's say, a computer, the best computer ever, all right, which is the fastest computer, the cutting edge technology with the best internet connection ever, the best motherboard, the best everything, okay? You paid $10,000 or pound or yen or whatever it might be to get this hardware, real hardware. But guess what if you don't have the software, okay? So you can even have the cutting edge hardware. You can even pay, you know, the considered amount of money to get the best hardware. But guess what? If you don't have a software, you can take this hardware, this computer, if you like, this training station, and you know the best you can do probably is going to use it as a, I don't know, as a bedside table, if that makes sense. So you can have the best technology, but without software, it is completely useless. Okay, so you need the software to run all of these hardware. So if you really, that goes really hand in hand, if you like. So you cannot do anything if you have the hardware but you don't have the software. You cannot do anything. But it's also true the other way around. So mainly, if you let's say approach the financial market as 99% of people, they get focused on the hardware before they get let's say involved, or they start to recognize that the most important part is going to be the software. Now, if you want to really make this comparison, our software is our mindset. Okay, so if we are currently, I don't want it to sound too woo-woo, okay? So I'm not really qualified to talk about this stuff, but I want to really give you an idea about what I'm talking about. So let's draw this line right here, okay? Those lines are frequencies, okay? The universe, okay, the entire universe and ourselves included are composed by, we are made by energy. We are energy. Okay, so you see your hand, for example, you see the laptop in front of you, but if you take a microscope, for example, and you zoom in, I don't know, 1 million times, for example, you can see all these different atoms and particles that they vibrate with each other. So if you really go down to the very bottom, all we can have and we have in the universe is made by energy. All right, so energy, you teach me that is neither created nor destroyed. It can just change forms. All right, so stay with me. Okay, now don't go ahead with your mind to think about this man is crazy. I know I'm crazy anyway, but just stay with me now with this kind of information that I'm giving you, and I will tell you why by the end of the video, why I'm telling you this. So we are, as a human being, we are energy, okay? And energy vibrates to different frequencies. So those lines here that I just drawn here represent different frequency. At the moment, you are on this frequency here, okay? This is your current thoughts, your current way of thinking, and being a completely financially independent trader, if you like, consistently profitable financial trader, is on this frequency right here. Okay, so if you want to move from this frequency, okay, your current situation, you need to move across your way of thinking and put yourself up to the new frequency, the new way of thinking. Now, just to give you another example, because again, our mind works in pictures, so you might understand this even better. If you are, for example, using an iOS operating system, if you have an iPhone, for example, and you try to install an Android app, there is no way, okay, really think about that. If you want an Android app and you try to install it on your current phone, which is an iPhone, for example, or you can even use any other phone, okay? Don't get attached to the model that I just, this is just an example, okay? Just stay with me. If you have an iPhone and you try to install let's say an Android app, there is no way you can install that Android app because they are working on a different frequency. They are created for different operating system. So if you consider yourself, let's say your mindset as an operating system, and you are at the moment on this frequency here, and you are working on a iOS, for example, but being a completely financially independent trader works on Windows, okay, for example, you need to download the new software, such as you need to change completely your mindset, your way of thinking about trading, if that makes sense to you. With that being said, now you can ask, how can I change my mindset? How can I do this kind of shift, if you like, this paradigm shift, if you like? Well, this kind of shift in mindset will happen just, ask yourself questions, but not just questions. You need to ask yourself the right question, because if you keep asking or keep doing the same thing over and over again, guess what is going to be the result? The result won't change. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result over and over and over again. So if you keep trying to, just to give you the same example as before, if you're trying to install an iOS app on an Android phone or the other way around, whatever it might be, and you keep doing the same thing, without recognizing that maybe there is something that you need to do in order to address this problem, you're gonna get the same problem over and over again, such as you won't be able to download this app, or at least even if you're able to download this app, it won't work properly. All right? Now, with that being said, let me just start to share with you this new information here. Every time we are approaching a trade, if you like, this is the question that it will run in our mind. Okay, so if you are in a situation that you are, say, you know all the technical aspect of trading, all the hardware, if you like, you know all of this stuff already, but you are still not profitable, and every time you are approaching a trade, you are still not comfortable, you still, feel there's something missing, you feel this kind of anxiety, this kind of fear, this kind of, there is something wrong in the trade, you want the trade to be a winner every time. This is the question that you are currently asking yourself, okay? What if this trade is gonna go wrong? What if I'm gonna lose money? What if, followed by a negative statement, okay? And this, guys, happens automatically, okay? Every time you are approaching the trade, and by the way, now I'm talking about trading, but this is what happened in life as well, all right? But now let's stick to the trading example. Every time you are approaching a trade, this is the kind of question that automatically, okay, pops up into your mind. However, the problem is that if you let this question comes up in your mind in, let's say, in an automatic mode, guess what is going to be your automatic answer to this question? We are drawn as a human being towards negative statement, negative things, all right? So every time you are approaching a trade and your heartbeat, increases, and you start to feel anxiety, fear, or anger that the trade is not going at the moment in your way, or maybe you've been stopped out from a trade, you are approaching a new trade and you start to ask this question: what if I'm going to lose money into this trade? What if, any negative statement that could, pops up into your mind, will run through your mind, your thinking, all right? So what you really need to do at this point in time with this new knowledge that I'm just sharing with you is use this automatic what if question, if you like, because this is going to be an automatic kind of response to yourself in your mindset. You have to catch yourself in the moment and start recognizing the fact that you have this what if question anyway, regardless if you are thinking or not thinking. So it would be really beneficial for you if you catch yourself in the moment and you say, hold on, man, why am I having this negative statement? Why am I let's say, thinking about this negative way of thinking? Why am I thinking, what if this trade is going wrong? What if instead I think this trade is going to be right? What if I can make money off of this trade? What if I can, let's say, recoup all the money I lost in the past in this trade here? All right, so if you are able to recognize this single stuff here, okay, which happens, by the way, automatically every time you do something in your life, but again, now let's stick to trading. Every time you are about to approach a trade, this is the question that your mind starts to run itself alone. So what if you have to catch yourself and you have to start to ask yourself a positive statement? What if this trade is going to be positive? What if followed by a positive statement? This information alone, guys, could make or break your career as a financial trader, or at least consistently profitable financial trader. So if you're looking for an answer and you recognized already that the answer is not going to be outside yourself, you have to go within yourself. And this is the way I found personally that really made the difference in my trading career, when I recognized the fact that I was sabotaging myself by myself, really. Okay, because I was really asking myself, what if this trade is negative? What if this trade, what if I lose money in this trade? And the more negative statement you think, and the more you are into this loop, and the more this loop will continue itself in this negative spiral, and the more negative answer or negative question you will ask yourself, and the more negative answer you will find, the more negative answer you will keep asking yourself, and the more negative answer you will find, and so on and so forth, if that makes sense. You have to reverse the situation, and you have to become aware of the fact that you have the choice to choose, really. So every time you're approaching the trade, stick it to your mind, or whatever it might be, you stick it, what if? So every time you're approaching the trade, you recognize that this kind of question will pops up, and you have to recognize that you have the choice to choose between negative and positive statement, okay? So this will lead to this triangle, if you like, which I consider to be belief, action, and results. So when you ask yourself the what if question, which is followed by a negative statement, guess what kind of action you are going to take? Or even if you take the right action, okay, which might be the case, you will take this action, you are not really comfortable with the action you are taking because you feel anxiety, you feel fear, you feel angry about yourself if you're not making money or if you're gonna be stopped out, which leads to potential negative result because you're sabotaging yourself, which again comes back into your belief, into negative belief, and this cycle goes on and on and on over and over again. However, if you start to think about, for example, what if this trade will make me money, then this will lead to different action, or if the action you're going to take are the same, you are taking this action much more comfortably than before, which leads to a potential different result in your behavior, and consequently that drives you to have different beliefs, and the circle goes on and on over and over again. So it's just a matter of perception if you want to think positive or negative about your trade that you are currently getting involved with, if you like. And remember, guys, I mean, this is not a thing that happens overnight, okay? I still, after about 10 years, 11 years of trading, sometimes there are just things in the market that drives me nuts because there is nonsense. Okay, so it's not going to be easy, and don't get mad to yourself if you are not getting at the first time. It just takes time and repetition. Okay, so and remember this, that practice make progress. Okay, there is no such a thing as a perfection, but there is just progress. So the more you start thinking a what if question followed by a positive statement, it's easier and easier, and the more progress you do to become a consistently profitable financial trader and to shift your mindset in order to be, let's say, tuned into the right frequency of becoming a professional financial trader. And the last thing I want to share with you, which I haven't put into this slide because actually I came across recently about 10-15 minutes ago on an article I was reading on a magazine that I am subscribed. Another important thing that I want to share with you is this one. Attachment. Okay, attachment causes pain. Attachment causes pain. I want you to pause the video for another second now. I really think about what I'm saying here with you and why I'm telling you that attachment causes pain. Really think about it for a moment. If you have some attachment to somebody, for example, your dog, your parents, or your relatives, and suddenly you don't have this thing or this person anymore in your life, you feel resentment, you feel grief, okay, because you were attached to this person or this dog, for example. I want to give you another example because again, our mind works in pictures. I really want you to nail down what I'm saying here. Just think about if I, Fabio, lose the wallet. If I lose my wallet, guess what? You don't care about my wallet because there's no attachment, okay? However, what happens if you lose your wallet? Now you're suddenly screwed up, okay? Because you might have money into it. You might have your driving license, your documents, or a picture of a relative that has passed away already. You have this attachment to this wallet, for example. And this attachment caused pain, okay? So with these two examples that I just used about my and your wallet, you need to detach yourself from the situation. So you need to detach yourself from the trade. Coming back to what I'm talking about here, about trading, about becoming a professional financial trader. So attachment causes pain, and this is the reason why you feel this kind of negative emotion when you are or are about to get involved into a trade. You are attached to the result, you are attached to the money involved in the trade. Okay, so what you really need to do, you need to recognize this fact yourself. If you need to say, hold on, mate. Let's do a step back. You step back a little bit from the situation so you can have the bird's eye view, if you like, and you need to detach from the situation. I mean, the detachment doesn't mean being indifferent, okay, but it means to recognize that everything is just momentarily. Okay, so the feeling that you are currently having at the moment about the position that you are getting involved into the trade or the stop loss that you just got is just momentarily. Okay, so if you are able with your mind, with your conscious mind to recognize this fact, it's gonna be much more easier for you to detach yourself from the situation and recognize that the stop loss that you just taken or the trade that you are about to take is just one of hundreds or one of thousands. Okay, so the single result of the single trade, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really make any difference to you or your financial situation. Okay, and if this single trade can make or break your finance, I mean, really think about it. You shouldn't trade by all means. Okay, because you've got to be completely free. Okay, when you are about to approach a trade, because if the money you are about to potentially lose in the trade, because you consciously, really think about that, guys, consciously, you know when you press the button and you are, let's say, get involved in the market, you are getting involved in the market, you either bought or sold the market, you became the market. So it is not about your position, you become the market, you are in the market, so you have to be comfortable with what you are doing. You consciously you recognize that you have to accept the stop loss, but unconsciously, if you're being stopped out or you are about to get stopped out from a trade, you feel this kind of negative feelings, this anxiety, this fear of being stopped out, this fear of losing money. What you really mean is that you are really attached to the situation because you really didn't accept the outcome of this trade. Okay, you are attached to the position. If you bought the market, you believe that the market was going to go higher. So now the market is cheating on you because now the market is going down and you are losing money. So you feel this kind of fear, grief, anxiety. You say, come on, man, I bought you. You have to go up. Remember that the market won't do anything because you think about it. Okay, market just do what it wants, when it wants, and wherever it wants. Okay, so there is an absolutely interesting book that I really want you to buy. I'm gonna put the link in the description down below for you, so it's gonna be easier for you, which is written by Mark Douglas, which is Trading in the Zone. Okay, so trading is what I explained to you now here about the attachment is what trading in the zone is all about. All right, so if you are going with the flow of trading, you are involved in the market and you accept the situation, the outcome of the trade that you are involved or are about to get involved with, if you accept prior, okay, you know that every time you press the button, you are either buying or selling the market, you know that there is a chance, the chance is going to be 50-50 in the single trade. Regardless if you, let's say, for example, are a good trader and you are done your back testing, so you know roughly the results of your potential trade, you know that your strategy is about, for example, 60% a winner. However, the single trade is going to be 50-50. So if you really detach yourself from the situation, you recognize this fact, and you will be able to trading in the zone, and you will be able to ride the ups and downs in the market without getting this negative emotion, because in order for you to become completely free of this negative emotion, what you really need to do is detach yourself from the situation. really think about that, because it's going to, I mean, what I'm telling you, I know that consciously makes sense, but I really want you to think about what I'm saying, because if consciously makes sense, but every time you are getting involved in a trade, you're still feeling this negative emotion, there is a contrast between your conscious and subconscious mind. There is a tug of war, if you like, between your conscious and subconscious. So you have to make peace with it. Or you have to, by the way, it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be overnight, but again, as I've written here at the bottom, practice make progress. So the more you recognize what I'm saying is true, the more you keep watching this video over and over again, take notes and try to make sense to all this kind of information that I'm telling you, the more it's going to be easier for you to detach yourself from the situation. So with that being said, guys, now it's about 40 minutes that I'm talking to you, and I think that I already shared with you lots of information. So if you like what I just said, please make sure and click the like button if you haven't done this already. And also, if you're really interested to become a financial trader, a consistently profitable financial trader, this channel is what it's all about. So I really want to share with you all this kind of information. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, so I'm going to be able to notify you with an email every time a new video comes up. My name, again, if you didn't know, is Fabio Mezzogori. Thanks again for watching until the end. Good luck and good trading, and I'll talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I put a lot of valuable information here on YouTube that help you to move the needle towards financial freedom or financial independence. So if you'd like me to notify you every time a new video is up, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you will not miss any new episode. And also, don't forget to smash that like button for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.